Steady now.
Berserk, despite its popularity and frequent jumps into anime, has seen little movement in the video game space. Guts Rage would serve as a low point in the Dreamcast's library, and the series' only other outing would remain stuck in Japan. 2016 would finally see a third title, courtesy of Band of the Hawk, which serves as a Musou spin-off. It seemed like another easy write-off, as Musou has felt overexposure to the point of derision, and it all seemed like another cash grab for the luckless anti-hero. Surprisingly though, once you dig a little deeper, you find that Musou and Berserk make a better pairing than expected, though not a completely flawless one. Band of the Hawk takes a cross-arc road trip through Berserk's history. Starting in the infamous Golden Age arc, it sees Guts joining the titular mercenary group along with Griffith and Casca. Though extremely reluctant, the swordsman eventually develops a bond with his comrades, until a very unfortunate and disturbing series of events throws that into disarray.
そんなもんかね。でも、強いて言やグリフィスかな。
Much of that story is told utilising scenes taken from the 2012 anime trilogy, which, while not as well loved as the 1997 anime, does the job well. The rest of the arcs, including Black Swordsman and Conviction amongst others, utilise in-engine and FMVs. It's a nice, condensed trek through a brutal and dark manga, serving as a decent start for the unfamiliar. While censorship and cut sequences can lead to missing plot points, including some key character development, it remains a serviceable way to experience Berserk for the first time. Once the storytelling pauses, the Musou combat you've come to expect takes centre stage. Placed into dozens of battles, often with hundreds of soldiers on screen at once, you're tasked with capturing key bases, defeating important members of the opposing military, and battles often conclude against a tough boss, such as Bazuzo in the opening chapter. The latter proves a strain on the camera at points, getting stuck on objects and walls when you lock onto them. However, some key changes lend Band of the Hawk a distinctive feel. The violent edge, courtesy of the source material, is welcome, seeing sword swipes slicing foes with gleeful ease. There's something immensely gratifying about taking out dozens of foes with a single, violent special move. The roster of playable characters is smaller this time, but each of the 8 characters feels unique. Guts' trademark sword feels weighty, potent, and slower. Griffith is incredibly agile and swipes before you can take a breath. Zod and Wild add a monstrous second form which is fun, and characters like Casca and Judeo each benefit from their own speeds and styles. It works very well. There's a sizable amount of content too. Story takes place over 40 missions, and certain ones dole out unique objectives, which reward Baylits that reveal several 3D pictures in the gallery. It's nothing amazing, but the long list of missions more than suffices. You can replay these in free mode utilising the rest of the cast too. Most of your time, however, will be spent in the Endless Eclipse mode. A continuous series of survival waves, each with their own unique mission. You're required to seek every desire out to unlock further rewards, such as powerful outfits, new weapons, and unlockables. Considering finding every desire requires you to reach wave 100 with each character, it could easily bump up your playing time to 60 hours. There's one issue. As though the roster is much smaller, the lack of any semblance of cooperative feels pretty egregious considering Musou traditions.
よし、クソ生意気な新入りに乾杯!
Band of the Hawk's presentation isn't anything special, opting for distinct cell shading but suffering from flat details. While the otherworldly Eclipse levels are haunting, most environments feel rote and stiff. Characters look decent enough, and plenty of them do pop on screen at once. The performance is very sketchy though, with jumps ranging from buttery smooth to noticeable choppiness, though it's not distracting enough to affect gameplay. The audio fares better, especially the soundtrack, which captures the spirit of the anime it's predominantly based on very well. The voice work wisely sticks to original Japanese, while the sound effects cut hard and add weight to every swipe, especially when playing as Guts. Berserk and the Band of the Hawk proves a surprisingly competent melding of Musou and Berserk, though the union isn't always seamless. Some may be dismayed that this beloved anime didn't get treatment from a different developer, but it retains the violent and sadistic edge the manga is known for. While the Cliff Notes take on multiple arcs may leave some confused due to key moments being censored or cut entirely, those whose interest is piqued by the violent anti-hero's tragic tales may find this a decent starting point, while fans of both Musou and the manga series should be satisfied, if not blown away.
はい、隊長。精一杯頑張りますんで。